we're actually doing investment appraisal. We took non-discounting techniques, including payback, accounting rate of returns, and then we switched over to discounting techniques, where we looked at IRR, NPV, that's net present value method, and the profitability index. That's what we did in our last class. And I did tell you that by today we'll be looking at IRR, which is the internal rate of returns. Now, how many of you read through IRR before coming to this class? Did anybody take a personal view at IRR before coming to this class? Hello? Please, can I have feedback? Vivian, did you take a personal look at IRR before coming to this class? Know you fully well that that is what we are supposed to be looking at today. I'm listening. Can you hear me?
Doc, I'm not sure anybody did though, because you have asked the question 3 times, nobody replying.
So if nobody did, why? I guess I'm spoiling you people. This is not the way we should go with open and distant learning. The open and distant learning is such that you do your reading, and then when I come to class, we look at that together. We look at issues together. I guess I am spoiling the class. Okay, somebody said he read it a month ago. Tell us what you read. If you read it a month ago, let's get to know what you read. What did you read? Tell us. Sunday. You read IRR a month ago. Tell us what you read.
Yes, I know it's one of the discounting methods.
Yes, we know.
I can faintly remember it anyway. That's actually why I didn't answer first.
You didn't read it now. If you can't remember what you read, what's the evidence that you read? Okay. Now, unlike the IRR, unlike the NPV, the IRR is the discount rate that gives an NPV of 0. Discount rate that gives an NPV of 0 is called the IRR. That means in doing the IRR, you're not looking for NPV. Rather, you are looking for the discount rate that will produce an NPV of 0. And then there are 2 steps in determining the IRR, because the IRR is always very difficult to find. It's a challenging thing to discover the IRR. That means you can go through several discount rates with the aim of finding the particular one that will produce an NPV of 0. And the only way to prove that the NPV is 0 is to calculate the NPV for all the discount rates. Which means in doing the IRR, you can end up looking for MPV of up to 10 different discount rates through trial and error with the aim of determining the IRR. So bottom line is that in determining the IRR, we try to adopt two methods. One, we look at firstly the trial and error method, Then two, we would use what we call the interpolation method. Now interpolate to determine the approximate interpolation to determine the approximate IRR. IRR is going to be an examinable topic for me. I will examine IRR. So if you giving it attention will be your best interest, because I'm telling you now that I will examine IRR. I'll definitely examine IRR. So how do we go about finding IRR? We're going to take an example.
Hello, Doc. Sorry, sir. We can't see the screen, sir.
So what are you seeing?
It's not, it's just another thing.
What are you seeing now?
Off. Okay, thank you, sir. It's up now, sir.
Okay. So the IRR follows two methods. One, we'll do a trial and error, and then we determine the approximate IRR using the interpolation method. Now to interpolate, I'm going to give you the formula for interpolation when you are doing IRR. To interpolate, let me write to the equation editor. So after having done trial and error and probably found a negative MPV and a positive MPV, then the approximated IRR, that is IRR approximate. IRR approximate will be equal to A plus A over A plus B multiplied by D minus C. Now I've tried to reduce the formula in a way that you can relate with it. A is the lower discount. A is the lower discount rate. Then A is the MPV of the lower discount rate. Then B is the NPV of the higher discount rate. Then D is the higher discount rate. And then C, I'm going to change the notation, lower. Okay, let me just use, sorry, let me use D. I want to use D here only. Then D is the difference between the lower and the higher discount rate. Okay, so we have IRR. Firstly, the first step is to adopt the trial and error method. In the trial and error method, you are expected to try a different, you will try a different discount rates, most likely to determine a positive NPV and a negative NPV. So you now find the middle ground. The middle ground will be the approximate IRR. And then the way to go about it is to say that IRR approximate is equal to A plus A over A plus B multiplied by D. And A is the lower discount rate. Then the second A is the NPV of the lower discount rate. And then B is the NPV of the higher discount rate. In other words, you now add NPV of both the lower and the higher discount rate. You use that to divide the lower discount rate. Then multiply it by D, which is the difference between the higher and the lower discount rate. But the difference between the higher and the lower discount rate should have been higher and lower. All right, so we will take an example right away to demonstrate this. For those of you who are just joining us, and I've seen some more people join the class, I've said that IRR is an examinable topic for me. I'm going to examine IRR. So you have to listen very closely. What's that? Hello? Juliet, you want to ask a question? If you're asking a question, unmute yourself and ask your question.
No, the formula you gave. Sir. Hello, Doc.
Okay.
Are you hearing me? Okay.
Yes.
The formula you gave is IRR equals to A, which is the lower discount rate plus brackets the NPV of lower discount rate all over NPV of lower discount rate minus I think it's minus.
Where did you get that from?
It's in my notes, sir.
Which notes?
My school notes.
Can we take our example? I don't think that what you're doing is a setback. Let's have an example. have an example on the slide. I hope you can see the example. Can you see the example? I want feedback, or I'll discontinue this class. I'm out of my station. I'm just having this class because I have to have it. Give me feedback. Don't keep quiet.
Yeah, we can see it.
Just don't keep quiet on me. Let me know you are hearing.
Yes, sir. We're listening.
Okay, so we have I'm combining three questions here: the MPV, the profitability index, and the IRR. So we have year zero. What is that figure for year zero? That's 100,000. What they said.
That's the investment, sir.
The investment. That's the I0.
Initial capital.
Initial outlay. So we have the cash flows for year 1, year 2, and year 3. So the first question says we should find the MPV. Okay, now we will go with this. Let's find the MPV. Here's our solution. First this, then can add some columns. Start here. Okay, so we have the discount factor. Discount factor at 20%, right? And then we'll now have the discounted cash, the DCF. Okay, so very quickly, our discount factor for year 0 will be 1.000, right? So that's like 100,000. Remember, we're not going to discount for the first year, right? So what will be a discount factor for year 1? That's 1.2 raised to power minus 1.
0.83.
0.833.
833, yeah.
And for year 2, we have 1.2 raised to power minus 2. 0.694. For year 3, 1.2 raised to power minus 3. 0.579. And for year 5, 1.2 raised to power minus 0.482. 0.482. All right, so now let's get the discounted cash flow for each one of them. You can go ahead and multiply 0.833 times 20,000. The first one is 16,166,000, right? 1,660 for year 2. Year 2 will be 15,000 multiplied by 1,694. That will be 10,410. Then year 3 will be 0.579 times 30,000. That's 17,370. Year 4 will be 0.482 times 50,000. That was 24,100. So now let's find the MPV. The MPV will be this year. Okay, just add. Remember, this is bracket, right?
Yes.
And let's add now. Plus 17,370 plus 10,410 plus 1,660. So minus 100,000 So the MPV will be what?
Negative 31,520.
460.
520.
Give me the sum of this year.
31,520.
Sum of this year, sum of discounted cash flow. The sum of the cash flow.
Oh.
68,540.
68,540 minus 100. Is that correct? So that will give us a negative MPV, right?
31. Yes.
A negative MPV of 31,460. Keep that. Then we'll now look for the PI. PI. Remember, PI is equal to DCF over initial outlay, right?
Yes, sir.
So, DCF here is 68,540. Then our initial outlay is
100.
100,000. So what will be our PI? 0.what?
685.
Huh?
0.6854.
That's 0.69. Our PI is 0.69.
Yes, sir.
Profitability index is 0.69. So now, let's make decision. If we're making decision, okay, let's get it all before we make the decision. Then the next thing is to look for the IRR. Now already we have found a negative MPV here.